It's a sunny St. Patrick's Day weekend in Clewiston, Florida, America's sweetest town. In preparation for springtime, it was Sugarfest season once again in Clewiston with country music, tasty comfort food, and carnival rides. With the Clewiston Sugarfest comes a relatively recent tradition, the Sugar Express excursion train's Sugarfest Local, pulled by U.S. Sugar steam locomotive number 148. Today, a diesel locomotive would lead 3 scheduled trains to the outskirts of Moorhaven, and the 148 would lead the trains on the return trip to Clewiston. At US 27, I managed to catch up with the first train of the day just after 1 p.m., and today the 148 carried a strange-sounding 6-chime voice. With one screeching blast of the whistle, the happy passengers disembarked from the train, and the 148's crew prepared for the next departure at 2:30 p.m. While the 148 looked the same as always, apart from a slightly darker smokebox paint, the 6-chime whistle that the 148 carried this weekend came off of sister locomotive number 153, now residing at the Gold Coast Railroad Museum in Miami. Just like the 148, the 153 served on the Florida East Coast Railway before being sold off to U.S. Sugar in Clewiston in the 1940s. After her stint at U.S. Sugar hauling cane trains, the 153 would pull excursion trains at the Gold Coast Railroad Museum, based in Fort Lauderdale at the time, before her boiler ticket expired in the 1980s. Unfortunately though, the 148's crew didn't seem to be satisfied with the sound of the whistle due to its raspy tone, and within minutes, the steam crew set to work removing the whistle for a different one. After the bell was removed from the bowl, another 6-chime whistle was placed on the center support, likely the Sugar Express's newly acquired Southern Pacific 6-chime whistle from Rizzoli Locomotive Works, which fabricates and repairs steam locomotive whistles for various steam operations across the country. I wasn't sure if this whistle was newly fabricated or refurbished, but I was excited to finally hear it in person. Now that was loud. With a much healthier and melodic voice echoing across the sugar fields, the 153's whistle was taken back to the shops for evaluation. As an intermission of sorts, a U.S. sugar cane job fresh from the fields trundled across West C. Owen Avenue as fast as the speed limit allowed to get the cane to the mill. Minutes later, another cane job snuck by, and this time I met up with it near Francisco Street. At 2:30 p.m., it was already time for the Sugarfest Local to leave once again, and I followed the train towards the Shawnee Sugar Elevator north of Clewiston. grabbing some lunch, I was only able to catch the return trip with the SP6 Chime at US 27 and South Olympia Street. After a successful trip, the 148 simmered in the siding in preparation for the last trip of the day. The SP6 Chime sounded grand on the locomotive and really did capture the magic of Southern Pacific's passenger steam locomotives. I didn't want to leave without getting a clip of this whistle at speed, but since I had time, I took a closer look at the locomotive. Minutes later, I checked out the Clewiston Sugarfest, where I listened to the country music, surveyed the exhibits, and even enjoyed a mango snow cone. But as the clock struck 5, it was time to head on over to the cane fields at Shawnee to catch one final run-by of that Southern Pacific 6-chime whistle at speed. With that, today's adventure with US Sugar 148's Sugarfest Local was complete, and it was time to head home. Once again, I'd like to thank the folks at US Sugar, Sugar Express, and FMW Solutions for making this phenomenal operation possible, as well as the Gold Coast Railroad Museum and the Rizzoli Locomotive Works for their generosity in allowing the crew to put on such a spectacular whistle display from the 148. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Casual Rail Fan, signing out.